I don't want to hear about spring break. It should be a party every day at the house.
It was nice. I got up early. Everybody was still in bed. I love when that happens. It's like my favorite, little bit of quiet.
I just want to, for the record, Beth was here on time. Maura was here on time.
Hey, quit ratting me out. This is the second
Corey
time
was
in a
here
row.
on time. Joe was real early. I was here since 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And this lady, everybody, that one.
Again. Today, let me at least redeem myself. Today was not me running late just because I was getting out of the house late. I got out early.
Tell us the story.
Well, it was just an issue at the gas station, and I love them. It's not their fault,
That's a
but their
personal
pumps
problem.
all went down. And they kept having me like move stations, and I still couldn't pump even though I already paid. And so whatever, I just had to go somewhere else because I did wait till I was on E, which is what I usually do.
Yeah,
Shame on
same.
me. Like,
I
that's
appreciate.
the only thing I did wrong.
Right.
So whatever. It was fine. It was a nice morning, and like I said, I got up. Everybody else was still in bed, and we were on spring break. I didn't have to get anybody up. It was so nice. A little quiet.
She came in for you two ladies and Joe and Corey.
I was excited.
I'm touched by this.
Thank you.
Yes.
Some of us have to come to work every day.
I know, right? This has actually been with the kids on spring break. Today's the only day I had to go into work at all anywhere, which is nice.
That is nice.
Well, thanks for being here.
I didn't want to miss it. I love our Chamber Corner shows, so I didn't want to miss it.
We love you. All right, ladies, they're on camera. Maura and Beth. So, Maura, let's chat a little bit. Obviously, this is your segment with Beth and your whole great team at the Doolin Chamber of Commerce. Tell everybody who you are, please.
My name is Maura Durham. I'm the Doolin Chamber President.
Beth Longsford, I'm the marketing director of the chamber.
And she is...
I'm Mary Anthony.
Okay, so Mary, we're going to the back cams right now. I just want to throw this out there. So we've got these two gentlemen. Tell everybody who you are, sir.
My name is Corey. I'm the Director of Business Development for Braco Services.
And, of course, right next to him.
I'm Joe Grossbauer. I'm a security analyst at GGNet Technologies.
These guys have great radio voices.
I know it.
They can do their own commercials. I want to hire them. So why are we here today, ladies? Because I know that you guys have got a plethora of different issues that you guys want to, kind of delve into today more. And you guys always have a great show.
Yeah, we're here to talk young professionals today.
Very nice, very nice. So Beth, why is it so important? Let's kind of expand on the whole young professionals. The young professionals, in my opinion, I'm that 52-year-old old dude, but I so respect the young professionals. You guys are the wave of the future. So I love it, but talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think the importance of a group, a young professional group, is for like-minded people to get together. And also, like, a lot of these events that we do, networking events and stuff that people are, it's nice to know other people and go, because some of the people at our networking events have been going for years and they know all about it. And it's nice to have someone to go to these events with and just share ideas. And it's a different, the new generation, it's different. And all businesses are trying to figure out how to reach the millennials and how to, so it's like, it's different.
And you say it's the wave of the future, but we're in. I mean, we're in the workforce. We're one of the biggest, parts of the workforce now. I mean, there's millions of us in there, and we're, changing the way people are thinking, and we're changing the way that people do business on a regular basis, and even how people network now. So it's definitely a very important group to make sure that, it's kind of like you understand millennials, but but there is something to that, encouraging and really just kind of bringing that generation into the workforce fold.
Yes, I wanted to ask you more then. How does the chamber draw in these, these young professional groups, and do you relate to them different than you do your businesses that have maybe been there for 50 years?
Yeah, I think it's just a different way of communicating. I think you kind of talk to every person differently, and same thing, you talk to every employer differently. I think a lot of the decision making needs to come from the employer. A lot of times that our young professionals might not be in the decision making process necessarily. So it's really important for us to get to the owners and to the employers to talk to them about how important it is for even some of their, younger staff to be able to be incorporated into chamber activities and networking activities and volunteer opportunities. It's just a great way to network and meet people and really for them to learn and grow as a professional.
Let's throw out the number right now, 219-861-1632 here at WIMS, part of the Duneland Chamber Corner here with WIMS. Rick Federici, Mary Anthony, as we're living the life. Let's go to our Star VIP hotline this hour, brought to you by the Duneland Chamber of Commerce. Let's see who's on line one. You're on with Maura and Beth. Go ahead, please.
Hi, this is Nicole Van Dyne with General Insurance Services. How are you guys?
Big round of applause. So talk to me a little bit, please.
All right, well, I am part of the Full Circle Young Professionals group, and we kind of merged with a couple of the other young professional groups in the area last year and started our first annual region games. So that's kind of what I'm calling in to talk about a little bit this today.
Hey, Nikki. Yeah, thanks for calling in. We're looking forward to our region games group getting together. I know that the Full Circles group, along with Epic, and a couple of the young professional groups also in the area get together, along with United Way has an awesome young professionals group as well that they get together and do this region game. So if you want to talk about it a little bit.
Absolutely. So what we do is we have a little bit of a nonprofit fair. So we invite nonprofits out to just talk about what they do in our communities, how they're helping us, what services they provide, and how important it is for our community to get involved with them. And all of the proceeds that we raise from ticket sales and all of that actually goes back into the communities through the nonprofit organization. So everybody who participates is able to vote for their favorite nonprofit, and we actually award them to the nonprofits before the end of the day. So it's a lot of fun. Each team participates in different activities. Last year we had leapfrog and a lot of really great team building activities. So you can sort of form a group with your young professionals group. Or last year we had a lot of companies just put together a team as well. So it was a lot of fun. I participated last year as a nonprofit and was able to kind of help moderate some of the groups, and it was so much fun. It's a really great way to network with different nonprofit organizations, people you may not normally come in contact with.
What a unique idea. I think altogether, I mean, what a fun
field day kind of
right.
idea.
What a fun event just to be involved in such a different thing. I think.
And you know what? I don't think Nikki mentioned the date and the time and all that. Corey, you had all that information, right?
Yeah, so the event is actually on my anniversary this year, May 18th.
Happy anniversary, too.
Oh, my goodness. Well, happy
Really?
anniversary.
For real. May 18th.
Wow, nice.
How many years I got to know before?
28 married, 36 together with my wife.
This will be 6. I'm almost sure. Love you, Julie.
Oh, my gosh.
That's fantastic.
So it'll be from 12 to 5 at Dogwood Park. Tickets are on sale at Eventbrite. So again, they were kind of mentioning earlier, it's like a two-faceted event. So ticket prices for a spectator are $15. That'll get you in the door with the food vendors, and it'll also give you a token that will help you vote for which nonprofit that you interact with that you think is really deserving of some of these award funds at the end of the games. And then $25 for participants. That's for being on a team, playing in the field games, all that sort of stuff. So you don't have to come out and feel strongly obligated to put on your shorts and play beach volleyball. But the real point of the game is really to give back to the community and to these nonprofit organizations that work really hard.
But I have to say, it is fun to be on a team. I tried to do it at the not-for-profit last year, and I kind of snuck my way onto a team at the end. It was just too much fun.
That's what I kept thinking. I kept thinking the same thing, Joe. You go there thinking, I'm only going to be the spectator. I'm just going to watch. And then before long, you're thinking, how can I get in that game? I mean, that sounds like a great, I love games. Anybody that knows me knows I love games pretty much any kind. I'm always like, let's play a game.
I was really excited with the choices. It's not like, you know that you were expecting tug of war or the potato sack race, kind of the ones that we did at field day, back in elementary school. But there was good team building events. There was trivia events. There was events. What was that game we played with the track and the steel ball? And we had to We had to get the ball from one side of the field over to the other. I don't
I
even
don't
know.
How
remember.
cool!
I've
That's
never done
so
that before,
cool,
but
yeah.
it was very fun, but extremely frustrating at
Yes.
the same time.
How
really
many
had worked
people are
together.
on a team typically?
I think we did around 8, but I know
Oh,
last
okay.
year we had one team that had like 9 or 10, and people just kind of rotated in and
That's
out.
perfect.
Yeah, it was great because there were some events that maybe someone didn't want to participate in, and so
Right.
it worked out really well. But it's really fun, and Leroy's comes out and serves food, and then we have beer.
Hold on,
and-
everybody on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go for it.
So yeah, you can get your nachos and your beer, and that's all within the event area. We have beach volleyball, we have giant Jenga, like stuff to do in between games,
Yeah.
and it's a really fun day.
Can you tell us
And there's a
about
trophy
the
involved,
non-for-profits
just
that
saying.
are there?
Oh,
Yeah.
and the trophy.
Yes.
Yes. What do we call that
I should
trophy?
have brought it.
I know we totally should have brought it.
It's something very big to be proud of.
Yes.
Just saying, it's located in my office right now. If you guys, maybe I'll take a picture and send it your way.
Yes.
There you go.
You guys,
And the
you guys
competition
won.
was
Yeah, full circle, young
Full circle end up winning.
Not our team.
Yeah, that was the team I snuck onto.
Yes, Joe got in on that at the last.
Joe's really good at trivia.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, any final thoughts from our wonderful caller today with the Duneland Chamber and Chamber Corner? Anything else you want to throw out there that we should all know about, please?
I would just say come out, even as a spectator. I was kind of a spectator last year, and it is so entertaining to watch people that you know and respect out in the business world playing leapfrog and doing things like that. The games that they played were great. Like I said, they were team-building games, so there's a lot of communication involved. And so I feel like people could really learn from the activities as well as just having a whole lot of fun and meeting new people. So definitely come out. It's a super great event, and it's great to work with all the other young professional groups in the area, too.
Thank you
Duneland
so
Chamber does a great
much.
job.
Appreciate it. Big round of applause, everybody. All right. So, want to throw out that date again, ladies, or when it is, please?
So we'll see you on May 18th at Dogwood Park in Chesterton, and tickets are on sale at Eventbrite.
I'm going to go to the guys, if you don't mind. Joe, I'm going to slide over to you really quick. Talk to me a little bit about why the young professionals is so important to you, please, if you wouldn't mind.
That's a great question. And Maura was absolutely right that you just need to engage with different people differently. I will say the Duneland Chamber is incredibly welcoming. When I first joined, my business wasn't as involved as we could have been, and I was maybe 25. I was a bit nervous going to the first event, but everyone welcomed me, and I felt perfectly at home. Nonetheless, to be able to be around people your own age and make friends, and we engage with each other differently. We volunteer differently. Sometimes we volunteer with our energy and with our hands. And so to have those kind of volunteer events, and not everyone's going to want to jump in to the chamber with, a bunch of old established people. But as you start,
I
as
just
you
raised my
I
hand.
realize that sounds terrible.
Run circles around you guys.
Yes, he
Probably
can.
could.
I think he's saying it's intimidating. Right?
can be
That's what I'm
intimidating.
hearing.
Yeah.
That's what I hear
No,
a
I'm-
lot.
I
It's
think
like
it's
I'm
great.
nervous. I don't know how to and you're talking to maybe CEOs and presidents of companies that have been doing it for a long time.
Exactly.
I mean, can't you relate to that though? Thinking no matter what, it doesn't matter. There are situations where I'll always feel like the 7th grader, no matter what. It's true. You do. It's just.
Can I just
where you're
ask
a little
a question?
nervous
Were
and-
any of you that, like, when I was in school, I was awesome at music, theater, and arts. My brothers and my sisters were awesome at sports. I was always that last dude to be picked.
Depends what we played, really. I
was,
stink
I
at
was
baseball.
really good at basketball because I was a little runt. And I was great at playing the guitar, which I still am to this day. But everything else, I was just like, whatever. So I want to ask, any final thoughts on that? You were kind of elaborating on that a little bit, Joe, for the folks that are out there. So you dig it. You love the chamber. You love doing these types of events and all that fun stuff, correct?
Absolutely. And Full Circles or any young professionals group is a great way for the younger people to start getting involved, to start growing their careers, and learning how to grow a business.
Corey, why don't you, jump on that a little bit too, because I really appreciate your insight.
So the good thing about the young professionals groups is that you get to be with like-minded people doing like-minded things. Like, it's really difficult for people starting off in their careers in our age to even do something like this, to be available at 9-10 in the morning on a Thursday,
right.
and to be able to contribute. But when you're out there and you're with these groups and they instill that confidence in you, you bring it back to your employer, and you bring that energy, and your employer learns to understand that me being here doing this radio show at 9:10 in the morning is more valuable for my company than whatever it is I'll be doing sitting down checking in at 9:10 in the morning at my office.
I'm with you on that.
So, but there's a lot of great things that happen with empowerment. Like Epic, just the other week, we had an event at Devil's Trumpet where, of course, there was probably some drinking going on. But we also had a great piece by Mark Ulich. He's a pastor for Rethink Church in Maryville, and he did a great piece on time management and putting your scheduling together. So we like to go out there and do development pieces for, the members of the congregation as well. And then finally, it's all about giving back, and we give back differently than other groups of people give back because we're not necessarily able to open up our checkbooks and write a big fat check for what we're excited about, what we're passionate about. What we're able to do is we're able to give our time, we're able to give our energy, our exuberance into events like Region Games. It really is just a perfect match for this sort of thing.
So happy that you guys have brought that up because quite honestly, that's how I taught my children. I was taught as a young man with, 6 brothers and sisters. And even to this day, as a radio station, we give back. And I always call it differently as well. We call it the in-kind donation because you get asked nonstop. Everybody wants money, money, money. But I'm like, we'll get a group of people out there. We'll help build that house. We'll get out there and we'll, pick up trash. I'm just using an example of on the beach or helping out. I teach religious education classes. I give back. I give to the church, but then I also say I can give to the Lord in a different way, but not to spend the big G in this one. But you know what I'm saying.
With that being said, I will say we are looking for great sponsors for Region Games. So anyone listening out there that necessarily doesn't have the time but has the financial resources,
sure, I'm
we
with
would
you.
love to get you involved in any way we can.
Yeah, but I will say that the time is such a valuable thing for nonprofits because like we talked about Corkscrew and Brew earlier, we couldn't put that event on without our volunteers, and that is a large chunk of them are young professionals. Joe was one of them. He was out there from the beginning to the end, and we can't do events without people like that. Right. So it's really important.
And to bring it full circle.
Did you guys like that? Wink, wink.
No, but tagging them on this one.
And I mean, so
epic.
That was totally so here's the deal. It's not only just for young professionals too. I mean, we'll say young at heart or whatever, but Region Games is, you really need to bring it full circle and have everyone in every walk of life coming back because you want to teach younger professionals. We have things to teach the older professionals that have been in the game for a while. There's new tips and tricks at all times. So I guess like anyone who wants to get involved, and it's okay. Like there isn't necessarily an age preference. We all had fun. I mean, we had ages across the board last year at that participating. We want to do more seminars or educational pieces. So we need to have someone that's more an expert in their field, which more than likely is going to be someone who's been in the field for a longer period of time. So everyone's welcome to attend. We're an inclusive group. So just come out and give your time, energy, money, if you can, for these non-for-profits for at least that day. And then just encouraging our employers to let their, individuals and their other team members get involved if they can.
How are the non-for-profits picked for this event specifically? Or if someone out there says, hey, I'd like to try to get my group in here, how do they do that?
Well, we have multiple chambers involved. So, I mean, when I say full circle, we are the Portage, Hober, and Doolin chambers, but then also we have Crossroads represented with Epic. We have the United Way Young Leaders represented. So we all reach out to all, and I mean, when you just talk about those, 5-6 entities that I just rattled off, we have so many non-for-profits involved in those. So we reach out to all of them and say, here's what's going on that day. Are you interested?
Yeah, there's certain non-for-profits that are sort of invited by the young professionals groups. Like last year, I think we got, Epic got 3rd place. So we had a small portion of the winning money, but we put all of our chips from our winnings towards our non-for-profit, which was the Food Bank of Northwest Indiana.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mix of the spectators really get to engage with the non-for-profits and decide who they want to rally behind, and then really it has a lot to do with who's being represented by each young group.
Yep.
It's so hard to pick, I bet. Only because there are so many great groups. You want to say
There really are.
You almost feel bad, like we had won some chips in a game, and we took all those chips and we put it toward the Food Bank of Northwest Indiana, and we thought to ourselves, like, but we should spread it around. They're so deserving.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. It would be really hard to decide where to put your chips. You know what I mean?
That's why
That
you
would be
need
really
to get
nice.
all your teams in place. So all those nonprofits, getting teams to rally, to
Yeah.
fight for them, essentially.
Right.
So can I throw out 9265513 for a number to
Sure.
connect with the Doolin Chamber, obviously,
works well.
and your crews? You guys want to throw out some other numbers? Because I also feel as people listen, whether it's now and or viewing on Facebook Live, which we are, share, please. People are going to want to know how they can get involved, where they can get, the information about it. Obviously, we'll have it up online and we'll have some ads and stuff for it. But you guys want to throw out some other numbers as well and maybe some connects on that?
In regards to region games, always reaching out to the Doolin Chamber is always a great idea. You can reach out to me, to Corey at BrightGoServices.com. For sponsorship information. To get involved with Epic, you can also reach out to me. You can reach out to the Crossroad Chamber of Commerce. There is Mary Ann that's over there at the Chamber of Commerce that's taking over as the program director for that. So it's a lot of great resources. It's a great way to get involved if you're over in the Lake County area. Here with Full Circle for the Porter County area, it's also great. It's nice that everyone likes to have their own young professionals groups, but the collaboration that's happening with things like region games is great. That you're really expanding the network, because we don't expect people that live in LaPorte to come in and be real active in Epic events over in Lake County, but with the committees that we put on to hold on, to put on things like region games, it's great to see that network really expands exponentially.
Yep. Yeah.
I want to throw this out there, if you wouldn't mind. Can you chat about your company a little bit, Joe, here on WIMS? Because I want both of you gentlemen, if the ladies there, it's always a nice little perk about showing up so early in the morning. I go to bed at about 9:30, and I get up at 1:40 every morning. We won't even go there. But chat about your company, please.
Absolutely. I'm sure my boss will appreciate it since I'm not at the office right now.
Not at the office, but he's a star. Go for it.
GGNet Technologies is a full-service IT company that works with small and mid-sized businesses. We manage servers, we install infrastructure like firewalls, and it's a family-owned business. My dad founded the company. We've been in business for 11 years now and have always had happy clients.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's go over to
Corey.
the young man, Corey. Let's chat about your place.
I work for a company called Brightgo Services. We're a homegrown business, 17 years in business out of Maryville, Indiana. We are a commercial janitorial company. So we clean medical facilities, ambulatory surgical centers, educational facilities. So if anyone is looking to get their facility nice and sparkling clean, they should reach out to me.
And that number is?
219-736-4113 or 1-800-GET-BRIGHTGO.
I think these guys should be like co-hosts when you guys can't
I
make it.
agree.
These guys are fun.
I'm in.
He's like, we're into it. Brought to you by the Doolin Chamber. So Mary Anthony, I know you're probably going, this is
Well,
crazy
I have
fun.
so many things
I know.
reeling through my mind. I always do. As I listen to you guys talk, I think, oh, I'd love to know more about that. I'd like to know from you guys, at what point would a young professional decide, I want to seek out a group like this? I mean, would it be when they're still in college and they're really thinking, really have their career in mind, or once they've found a job, or at what point do you think they should join?
Yeah, usually what we're finding is people who are in a job and want to get more engaged with both the community but also other businesses. They might be in a sales role, a community engagement role, or just looking for extra opportunities, looking for connections. They want to grow a business and meet people who are in professional services rather than just going to Google or the Yellow Pages. Not that any young professional is using the Yellow Pages anymore. But I think that's a very good question, because we haven't had anyone who's in college come to us. But for anyone who's listening who is in college, that's a good connection. Going from college to career is a big change.
Yeah.
And a group like Full Circles is, or any young professionals group, is certainly one that could help.
Yeah.
It's the recruiting portion is obviously as young as possible. We're trying to we're developing ways to get to high school students, to get them to
Wow.
understand the importance of networking, to get them to understand the importance of the Chamber of Commerce, because I think even at the high school level, I don't think that these students even know what the purpose of the Chamber of Commerce is, why it's valuable to the community at large. So recruiting them as young as possible. Now, getting them in the group can be difficult if you're not attached to a business. Obviously, it becomes a little weird. What we like to do with Epic is that you don't necessarily have to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce to be a part of Epic. So trying to get to those college students, would be just absolute great because to have, if I could go back with any bit of knowledge, it would be, I wish I had built a better network before I looked for work, as opposed to once I got to work, I realized I needed a network.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think
Absolutely.
like Beth and Maura, they do such a great job of working with the schools and stuff. And when you said that, I thought that makes perfect sense. Why it's important not only to reach them young, the kids in general, but just you want those teenagers, you want those kids to be invested in our area, those teenagers to have a connection, the drive to want to come back and work and be part of the community as a productive citizen, so
I'm going to throw
think
this
it's
out
awesome.
there. If I can offer one word of advice, just to kind of throw out there as someone that's seasoned in business, the world. The problem that I feel, and I'm just going to throw this out there because we all use our phones like computers, and no one picks up the phone anymore.
Yeah.
No one calls and says, hey, this is X. I would love to, sit down and talk to you. It's all about texting. It's all about the social media, which, by the way, plays an integral part in our technology. And I get it because I use it nonstop with the crew, with the businesses. But that being said, I think there's a way to evolve. And another point, which I think is more important, it dovetails right off of what you said. I know as a small business guy, that I couldn't be in business if it wasn't for great people like the Chambers and these networking groups. I love it. And I love the fact that you guys know how much I love you. I love the Duneland Chamber. They do such a great job. Their whole team, it's just full of energy, new ideas. It's like they're there working for you. You get results. And I feel that, you guys are always working for us. And I mean that for a lot of the chambers out there and a lot of the groups.
Yeah.
Give a round of applause. Welcome the Chamber Corner for the Duneland Chamber. You guys know what I'm saying. You guys
No,
have a
I
great
agree.
team. There's a lot of team playing. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I would get even more specific because what I was thinking about on the way in too was finding a mentor is huge. So like you're talking about finding a network, and that kind of seems like a big endeavor, right? So if you can find a couple people while you're networking that makes sense to you and that is willing to go, hey, this is what you're interested in doing. Let me make the contact. Why don't we go out to lunch with so and so? And it doesn't have to be such a big deal, but someone that's willing to put you under their wing a little bit and say, I can make that phone call for you. Let's get that started. Or, oh, that's your idea. Okay. Like just someone who's willing to kind of help garden those, and foster those ideas in that younger person and give them the confidence that I think Corey was talking about earlier, I think is huge. But finding a mentor, which I didn't even think about till even recently. So it's been huge. It's been huge in my career. It's been, you see it in other people. And I just, to go off yours, just to kind of narrow it down a little bit more and find those people that make sense to you, that will help you through your career life.
That's why these groups make so much sense. Really it does. In theory, when you're thinking about that, you're making these connections without really realizing it. And it would be a much more organic way to meet somebody that is your mentor, that you can say, oh man, I really line up with their thought process and I'd like to learn more from them. I think that's fabulous.
Yeah, my advice would be is that everyone's nervous and scared. At these events, everyone gets in there with a group of people. Everyone is wanting to hope that they find someone they know or break out, but everyone is willing to be a mentor. I've never reached out to anyone. It don't matter how old they are or what position they're in. They love being talked to and being asked questions and to be able to instill their knowledge on other people. No one has ever shut me out from being like, hey, what it is that you do, what's made you great in your position. Everyone loves it, and everyone's there for the same exact reason, and they're glad that you're there, regardless of what the event is.
Yeah. And I think also the young professionals have something to offer the seasoned professionals as well. And so I think it can be a collaborative thing as well. So I think it's just a great partnership.
I think when those of the folks that are out there listening, the seasoned folks, stop listening to the next generation, you have a problem. So
Yeah,
I think
right.
we all learn from each other. I try to pass on knowledge and say, hey, guys, this is what I do well, and here's how you can improve. And I would say, shut up, step back and listen to you guys and say, thank you for that. That's why I surround myself with the young people. I call you guys, just because it really shows it's in success and as you go through life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's some things that just work and they always will work. And then there's some things that you have to think outside the box and be innovative and think of different ideas. So it's good to partner with people, and it's good for everyone.
All right, so I want to go around the room, and we always end with Maura and Beth, so we'll start with the guys. We'll start with...
While we're going around, can I ask too? I'd like you to tell us each what your favorite game was from Region Games last year.
Yeah!
You know?
Anthony, go for it. Final thoughts, just kind of a wrap up and, just kind of some knowledge you want to throw out there to our WIMS listeners, please.
Of course, favorite game was Tug of War.
Oh, yeah.
We did a lot of those, and that's what won us the tournament. Final thought is just do it. Get involved. We've given a lot of reasons why it's valuable to people individually, why it's valuable to companies. Encourage your young professionals to get involved too. Don't let the young generation just get separated from the chamber and from the community.
Absolutely wonderful.
My final thought would be Region Games, May 18th. In regard to Young Professionals Group, you are more likely to find the job of your dreams by dealing with someone you know than getting on there, getting on the Indeeds or the forums and just trying to put your resume out there. 9 times out of 10, what you're going to love to do, you were brought on because someone knew you.
Mary Anthony,
very
what's going
good.
through your mind, young one?
I love this. I think
So do
doesn't
I.
it just
Excellent
make
show.
your mind just go crazy
Yes.
to get all the...
A lot of good ideas.
Yeah, it really does. It's fun. And I want to play some of these games.
Maybe we'll do it out on the. We'll do like a
do
Woodstock concert here on the 15 acres. It could be fun. Ladies, final thoughts. Beth, we'll start with you, please.
My favorite game was probably the rope, the circle rope, and we all had to hold on to it and then sit down and get back up. Was that Girls on the Run that did that?
It was. They were
Girls on
good.
the Run was awesome last year. I would say just come on out. It's fun. If you don't know anyone, I promise you that you're going to make friends that day and you're going to have a great time. And we're a very welcoming group. And I think that, come out, make some new friends, make some new connections, and have a good time.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Maura?
I think my favorite game was the one. It was like snowshoeing in Tatum, right? Like there's one person behind you. You had to walk all the way across the field, and it seemed to take forever if you weren't in sync. And it was really, really fun. And I guess for final thoughts, I would say, give in whatever capacity you have until it hurts, because sometimes it hurts real good. Is that like a song, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
So anyways, I would just say give till it hurts, because you know what? I think that it speaks well in every generation. And I think that our young professionals are doing awesome. So just be willing to listen and be willing to give and give back. So
I have to tell you, what a wonderful, wonderful show. Really, really cool topic. You guys always have a great show. I just love you guys to pieces. Let's talk about what's upcoming, because the European market, just for a moment, opening up May 4th. Everybody,
Yes.
woo!
Yeah, I think shopping and summer.
Absolutely great. Talk about that.
Yeah, European market is getting ready to kick off in a month today, or a month today. Oh my gosh! So we are all gearing up for that, and we're super excited. Almost all of our favorite vendors are coming back. Some new vendors. We're super excited. Chad, our market director, is on it and getting things done, and we're very excited for that. We also, and I know we mentioned this at the last show, I think it was last show, about Disney Institute. We're bringing Disney Institute back in September.
Yes.
So September 18th, Business Excellence, Porter County Expo. It's an all-day thing. You can visit our website, DunelandChamber.org, to sign up. They are phenomenal, and you don't want to miss it. It's Disney.
Right.
I mean, they're just good at what they do. So
It always, that
guys
type
do
of
some-
event always sells out.
yeah, it does.
You know what
You
I'm
do
saying?
such
And that's
cool
in collaboration
education.
with Valpo.
Yes. Yeah, and it is partnered
Very,
with
very
Valpo
cool.
Chamber. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, you guys have been absolutely awesome. Share this wonderful Facebook Live, everybody, if you wouldn't mind. And tune in, of course, each and every month for our Duneland Chamber Corner segment, our little vignette. I love you guys. Keep up the awesome work.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks,
Chamber,
Rick.
Duneland Chamber,
Mary.
Mary
And
Anthony, always
Mary.
great to see you. On behalf of us all at Gerard Media LLC, Mark Scott, Rick Federici, thank you for joining us. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
And thanks for living the life with the Duneland Chamber and Chamber Corner here today on WIMS. Have a great day. Thank you.